right-hand side, there's a building with an illuminated sign. It's a National Theatre. It has been voted by 17 architects as being the ugliest building in London. Prince Charles had an opinion on this building. He described this building as looking more like a nuclear power station than a theatre. I think most people would probably agree with him. Also on the right, that tower block with all the windows, this is Kent House. And this was all a part, or is all a part of the ITV network. Now it's over there where they have the studios for our local news programme, London Today and London Tonight. Now they do use the river as a backdrop, and you quite often see the boats travelling up and down, so give them a big smile and give them a really big wave, like you're all thoroughly enjoying yourselves. You never know, we could be on the telly as I speak. If you're here with someone else's husband or wife, you better quickly look to the left. If you do look to the left, we have the large white ship, and this is the Wellington. It's a former sloop of the New Zealand Royal Navy, now permanently moored up as a floating livery hall for the Honourable Company of Past Master Mariners. To be a Master Mariner, you do have to serve time at sea as a ship's captain, and the president of that ship is Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. Basically, it's a drinking club for old retired sea captains. Just behind the ship on the river bank, you can just see the top of a stone archway. This is called Temple Arch. It's the boundary line between two cities. The city of Westminster we are just leaving. We're now about to enter one of the world's smallest capital cities, at only 1 square mile, the City of London. Now as we head down through the City of London, you will notice there is very little advertising on the banks of the River Thames. This is because we have very strict advertising laws. But if you look to the right, you can see how an architect has very cleverly got around the laws by incorporating a company's name into the building. Look at the red brick building, look at the tower up on the top at the windows. OXO. I'm sure that everyone on board have heard of OXO, the people who make the famous gravy stock cube. The building no longer belongs to the OXO company, but it's a Grade 2 listed building, meaning it can never ever legally be removed. Comprises of many different things now. The bottom is a few different shops, the middle's luxury apartments, very rare and expensive books, including Queen Victoria's own personal Bible and diary. The building next to it with the sloping roof and the spire in the middle, that's the old City of London School for Boys. Many famous people are educated over there, including Lord Asquith, one of our former Prime Ministers. The building now belongs to JP Morgan, the American bank. The semicircular building on the end, that is Unilever House. That's the London headquarters of the company Lever Brothers. They make many different things, from margarine to washing up powder. As I say, they make many different things. That's their London offices. Well, we're now approaching a group of bridges. This first one, this is the Blackfriars Road Bridge. The second, the Blackfriars Railway Bridge. And in the middle is all that remains from the first ever railway bridge to span the River Thames. This is the old St Paul's Railway Bridge. Carried the first steam trains across the river for the Chatham and Dover Railway. Now the top half of the bridge was removed many years ago. It couldn't take the weight of the modern day trains. The 12 abutments have remained, but as we go through today, you can see there's major construction work going on here as I speak. What they're doing, they're actually re-strengthening these old pillars and they're widening the railway bridge. They're using these old pillars to build on top of it. And if you come back here in 4 years from now, alongside the bridge will be the Blackfriars Station. The old Blackfriars Station was over there to the left, but as I say, they're rebuilding a new one on the outside of the bridge. It'll be the first time anything like this has happened on the Thames, but you will have to wait 4 years before seeing the work complete. To the right, we have the building with the tall chimney. This is the old Bankside Power Station. Today, Tate Modern Art Gallery. Interested in modern art? Go over there. You can see things like a pile of old bricks, half a cow in a jar, a bit of screwed up newspaper, and even a light bulb that flicks on and off. I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic day out. If you want to see a real work of art though, look to the left. Look up above the building. See the dome and cross of Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece, St Paul's Cathedral. It took Wren 35 years to complete. It stands 365 feet tall. It's the second largest unsupported cathedral dome in Europe, the second to that of St Peter's in the Vatican City of Rome. The red brick building in front of St Paul's, that's the new City of London School for Boys. They tell us many of the people being educated over there will probably turn out to be future statesmen or MPs. So basically they teach you how to thieve, lie, cheat, and of course fiddle your expenses. Now, linking the Tate to St Paul's, this is Norman Foster's Millennium Footbridge, nicknamed Wibbly Wobbly Bridge. The reason being, on the opening ceremony, they discovered the bridge swinging and swaying from side to side. But I had to close the bridge down for 18 months and spent another £4 million on it, re-strengthening the suspension supports. But as you can see, the bridge is open today and very popular. Once we pass through the bridge, look to the right, there's a bit of history which has been recreated. See the white circular building with the thatched roof? That's a replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Go over there today and see an old Shakespearean play being reenacted. Go over there, you can see things like Romeo and Juliet and one of the other good ones as well. Hamlet, that's it. That's my favourite anyway. The bridge in front of us, this is the Southwark Road Bridge, opened in 1925. Originally built to relieve the strain from the old London Bridge. It's actually the narrowest, it's the most least used of all the road crossings to pass through the 1 square mile, City of London. The reason being, the approach roads to this bridge are so badly signposted, it's almost impossible to find. In fact, they do say if you see anyone above the bridge, please give them away, because they are more than likely lost. As we pass through the Southwark Bridge, directly in front of us is another one, and this is the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. That's about it really. Other than that, no historical interest this bridge. All it really does is stops the trains falling in the water. As we go through the bridges though, look in front of us on the right hand side. Look up above the buildings in front. Can you see this one being erected? This is the Shard. Once completed, this will be the tallest tower block in Western Europe. Once it will stand 1,150 feet tall, and once complete will comprise of many different things, including a small hotel, luxury flats and apartments, an office complex, shops and restaurants in the bottom, and the top is going to be a viewing gallery. The outer structure of that building is due for completion towards the end of this year. Now once we pass through the bridge, if you look to the right, you'll see a small sailing ship coming up in wet dock. It's a replica of Sir Francis Drake's old ship, Golden Hind. Sir Francis Drake was the first Englishman to navigate the world. So I say that is a replica ship that has done more miles than the original. It's been around the world twice. It's now moored up as a museum. Go on there, pay a small fee. There's all the history of Sir Francis Drake. And the bridge in front of us now, this is the New London Bridge, the 4th London bridge to span the river at this point. The first one was erected by the Romans in AD 43. The present day bridge was erected by Macau.